Good afternoon. This is Archie and Fermo with Aquarian Solutions. Here we are on October 28th, 2011, and I'm working in partnership with Food Forest Magic. We're over here at, there's Michael Rose's place. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how are you?
And what we're talking about today is planting garlic. But before we do that, I just want to have a little reference, and I'm going to pan down right to the earth here. And you can see his raised beds. What we're talking about, this is the last day of the Unity Wave, which includes everything from earth to air to fire to water. And it is bringing about a new threshold of sustainable, earth-oriented solutions. And planting garlic is one of them. These changes are really about healing the earth and everybody on it. So, we're talking about Allium sativum, commonly known as garlic, and it's a species of the onion genus Allium, and close relatives, of course, to shallots, leeks, chives. Dating back 6,000 years ago, garlic has been native to Central Asia and very important to all of us, from the Mediterranean to Europe to Africa. And even the Egyptians used it for everything from culinary to medicinal purposes. Anyway, Michael, you're one of the earth stewards that I've met, and you do a lot of things with a lot of different plants. You use organic, sustainable gardening and permaculture principles. So just a quick question. I hear that it's always about preparing the soil for garlic. What did you do to prepare the soil here?
Well, along this side of the house, some years ago, grew a lot of fava beans.
Mm-hmm.
And I've grown green beans, and that's built up a lot of nitrogen in the soil. It also gave me a lot of organic material to put back into the soil to loosen it up. We have a real heavy black clay soil in this area, and so a lot more organic material is needed. I've also added a lot of horse manure, and that includes the vegetative material left over from a winery and an orchard that you...
Oh, wow. Where is that place? I hear that's around here.
It's up outside of the back of the mountains of Saratoga. It's called Garrett's Stables. But
Neat.
I also amended it with a black gold compost that I make here myself.
That's your own variety of compost.
That's correct. My own variety. Well,
wow.
Actually, it's not just mine. It's actually a lot of neighbors bring me their vegetable scraps.
All right, nice.
Fruit scraps. And, and then I take equal parts of green. That would be the green, the kitchen scraps.
Yep.
And with the brown, the Garrett's manure. There's a pile of right there.
Yep, we could see that right there. Yep, it's all mixed together. In other words,
I mix that into my into my compost bin, and continually mix that over a few weeks. Yep. And then I will take everything out of the compost bin, and then the stuff that's the compost that's the richest and most broken down, I actually put into a tumbler composter. Then I leave for about 3 weeks. I turn it over. So would
you say that you've got like a 3-stage process to make this stuff? So it's very there's a lot of trace elements and minerals in there then, for sure.
It's a lot better than just the manure.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting a lot of vegetables and fruits and a variety of just, organic material. And it looks a lot different. It's black. It's it's real rich. It's very nice. I've also amended the soil with, you can see the remnants here of some out the green here. Is those are alfalfa pellets.
Those are alfalfa pellets,
that's
right?
Correct. And these break down and add a lot of nitrogen to the soil. They've not only been double dug in.
I think what a lot of people need to know is you've been working on the soil, but you also grow another crop.
That's correct.
Here. So that, from the standpoint of permaculture, you're able to apply those principles.
After I harvest this next year in June, June, I'll double dig it up.
Perfect.
And then in July, green beans will go in.
So how do you plant garlic? What's the deal about planting it? I see you have some furrows here. What do you do?
I have some furrows. And,
show us what you got here.
I'll show you how I did it, and I'll talk to you about how, if you want, how I might do it next year.
Yeah.
What I did is I made this box. Actually, from last year, I raised it up another 4 inches. So
you have a raised bed.
That's correct. A lot of good clay soil, but also a lot of compost dug into it.
And I see you have a soaker hose besides that.
That gives you a top watering, and it'll also give you trench watering.
So what's the deal about watering? They say once the rains come, you don't have to water garlic anymore?
You don't have to water at all. You don't have to water at all. You get a moisture meter, and you can run it down into the furrow, down under where the garlic roots are. If it's still moist, you don't need to touch it. If they start to get a little bit dry in the trenches, you put the soaker hose and give it a little bit of water, 10-15 minutes, and that's it. And that'll take it, and then you put a little bit of compost over where you watered, and it'll hold it.
So what varieties do you put in here? I see you have a flag over here.
I got the ones that sounded the most unique, the most exotic.
All right. Well, you grew it before, so you
this is a Deerfield.
What do we got here? Deerfield purple.
It's the first furrow and up to the next, which is a chestnut.
This is a chestnut.
And that's the second furrow. And I had so much chestnut it took up half of the third furrow.
Right.
And this starts a German
chestnut red, right?
Yeah, chestnut red, and this is the German red, which goes over there.
So tell me, what's the deal about these red varieties? They're like mostly hardneck, and
they tend to have more flavor. They tend to have a little more zing to them. They last a little bit longer. Plus, I mean, really, when you've prepared a meal for somebody and there's a lot of garlic in it, you know, nobody's heard of Deerfield purple. Everybody's heard of a clove of garlic. But I mean, this is something called Allium red.
Oh wow! Let me see that. And they're bigger cloves, aren't they? Let's see that.
These cloves that I've planted today.
Put your hand out there again. Let me see that, just to get an idea, because people are interested in this, and can never get this camera focused. There we go. Anyway, they are larger cloves, folks, and when you cut them up, you're getting more garlic.
Well, that's correct.
That's really the thing, the end product.
Let me show you what I do and how I plant it.
Yeah, let's see. I wanted to see that.
I've already planted, like I said, most of these other all the 4 rows, except these part here. One thing you want to do is go down about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches. You want to cover the garlic with 2 inches of soil. So I take and I've got this stick here with a pokey end on it.
Let me see the stick.
That's 2 inches.
Right.
And I go every 6 inches. So I've got a great big ruler out here. And so that's 18. It's a number 18. Then I'm going to go over to the number 24, which is another 6 inches. And I'm going to go to the number 30.
And you see, folks, we have all of the holes marked.
35 here, just to get a clove of garlic here at the end.
Perfect. To the very end.
And so, and then you just go ahead.
And how do you put them in, actually, as far as
the little butt
people
end,
like to know?
See the little rough end that used to be on the bottom of the head of garlic?
Yes.
That goes on the bottom.
That goes on the bottom. That's where the root comes out then. Yep.
That's right. You just drop it in.
There it is, folks.
And then I'm going to come back through here in a minute. And sometimes you have to help them down a little bit. And just reach in the bag and get some, push it down.
So after you get these guys in the ground, and I'm going to pan back here, Michael, you put your soil on top.
Well, I'm going to have some soil I'm going to add to the top of it. It's the exact soil that I've made for that actually made the bed. It's just the local clay dirt and a mixture of composts.
So as these...
I'll add the soil. I'll give it a little water.
Gotcha. I was going to ask you, water them now.
And then I'll add compost to the top of it.
So these will be sprouting, what, in a few weeks?
Yeah, a few weeks. I don't know, when they're damn good and ready.
Right. So what happens when it gets cold? Do you do anything special to mulch them? Or?
Yes, you do.
Got it.
A bunch of compost on the side, around it, top of it.
Nice.
Keeps them warm. Keeps any moisture in. Because compost has a tendency to soak up the rainwater. Soak up any water. Any damn water.
So what's the deal about harvesting these things? I hear that you have to wait till after Mother's Day or Father's Day.
Right around Father's Day.
Oh, it is? Okay.
The middle of June. Middle of June, these things will be ready.
So, Michael, what I was going to tell you, Michael, is you know, a lot of people are wondering when it gets to a certain point and you start seeing, I think there's flowers that you see.
Yeah, that's actually kind of like a little pointy end.
Right.
I wouldn't know how to describe it. It
Yeah.
kind of comes up in a bowl.
Can you eat those?
Yes, you can. And they grow up
Okay.
and they always curl.
So the next time we get back over here, we'll be seeing the flowers come out, right?
Well, if you want to come over when this thing
All right.
starts to sprout.
So that won't be till March or April, I think, right?
When they start to come
Yeah,
out.
yeah, very nice.
Because they're going to develop a root.
Well, this is quite a routine. This is quite a process that you
So
guys
I'm
develop.
having
This
this-
is growing organic garlic, folks. Sustainable garlic you can't even find in the grocery store, right? Right, Michael?
Oh, no. Everybody likes the garlic that I grew last year.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
get a
yeah.
lot of compliments.
Well, we're signing off. Thanks again, Michael. Thanks for all the help. And this
Hey,
is...
Remember, garlic is always good for your breath.
That's great for your breath, man. Yeah.
If you're kissing somebody who loves garlic.
There you go.
All right.
Anyway, Aquarian Solutions with Food Forest Magic signing off.
It's
October 28th, 2011. Last day of the Universal Underworld in Lakesh.